It started with a jingle, one no one remembered hearing before. A brand new ice cream truck rolled into the neighborhood, bright white with smiling cartoon cones painted on the sides. The man behind the window? Tall, pale, with a crooked smile that never moved. He called himself Uncle Frost. The first scoop was free. The kids swarmed the truck. They said it was the best thing they'd ever tasted. Cold, sweet, and somehow perfect. The next morning, they were already waiting, eyes wide, hands shaking. Then came the screams. One boy shattered his own piggy bank with a hammer. Another bit her little brother for a cone. The parents thought it was just sugar. But when one child didn't get their daily scoop, he bit into his mother's arm and didn't stop until she passed out. Uncle Frost just laughed and said, "They're hooked now. Nothing sweeter than loyalty."
At first, no one questioned it. The free ice cream, the endless flavors, and the way every kid smiled when they heard the jingle. But after a few weeks, the smiles turned into something else. The kids weren't just happy, they were obsessed. Parents noticed their children pacing at night, scratching their arms, whispering to themselves. Some even broke into each other's houses looking for more ice cream. One night, a mother followed her son out the back door. He was barefoot, eyes glazed, heading straight for the ice cream truck, parked in the woods. She crept closer, watched from the trees. That's when she saw Uncle Frost, scooping something into the machine. It wasn't milk, it wasn't sugar, it was something moving, something alive. Mrs. Carter couldn't sleep, not after what she saw in the woods, that thing squirming into the ice cream vat. She tried to warn the other parents, but no one listened, until the Johnson twins went missing. The town finally turned its eyes to the man in the white hat, Uncle Frost. That evening, a group of parents surrounded the truck. No music, no jingle, just silence, and the faint sound of breathing from inside. Mrs. Carter stepped forward. "We want to see what's in the machine," she said. Uncle Frost just smiled. "Curiosity is a flavor most people regret," he whispered. Then he opened the back door, and what they saw inside wasn't built by human hands. The hinges creaked as the back of the truck opened. A cold mist spilled out, thick and heavy, smelling like sugar and rot. The parents leaned in, then froze. The inside wasn't metal and storage racks. It was organic. The walls pulsed like flesh. Veins snaked across the ceiling. Jars lined the shelves, each one holding a small, twitching organ, labeled with a child's name. In the center, a giant churn spun endlessly, pumping a pinkish sludge into plastic tubs. Mrs. Carter gasped as she saw a little shoe sticking out from behind the machine. It was still warm. Uncle Frost stepped inside, gently placing his hand on the churn. "They always come back for the flavor," he said, "no matter what it costs." The parents backed away from the truck, sick, shaking, silent. Mrs. Carter clutched her son's shoe. Her hands wouldn't stop trembling. "We burn it," someone whispered. "Burn it to the ground." Gasoline soaked the grass. The churn sputtered. The walls moaned. Uncle Frost never moved, just smiled through the mist. "You'll only make it worse," he said calmly. "You don't understand the recipe." But the match dropped. The truck went up in flames, screaming like a living thing. The windows burst, splattering pink sludge across the yard. The churn cracked open, spilling a dozen glowing cores that sizzled into the soil. The parents watched it burn until only black metal and ash remained. And for a while, it was quiet. Until, 1 week later, a child in the next town over bit into a popsicle from a different truck, and their eyes turned the same shade of glowing pink. The flavor had spread,